Good morning from Yummy B TV. Wishing you all well today. Sending loads of love to you all as usual. And another glorious day coming from down here. Now, last night, you lot are so funny, you know, this morning. Last night I put up a video really setting the cat amongst the pigeons with a predictable debate in my mind, thinking what will come out of the video that I put up last night. Now, the video shows, traveling around social media, this video of a young boy being dragged through the streets under restraint with the handcuffs on in front of a kind of baying crowd, right? Now, we go take it from the top, right? I'll break it down in the best part possible straight away. Now, what my initial thoughts would have been with the debate on this side, human being, Paula Southwick, Derek Dodge, how dare you, and the crowd, how dare you put your hands on a little boy? It doesn't take all you lot to restrain him. Why the cuffs on? You know, thinking if it was our kid, how would it be safe to say that his parents weren't around? Now, the other side of the coin, Eternal Tom says his mate was on the lookout and run when he saw the police come in and blah, 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 blah. Either way, worth pointing out, even as a kid, you're not allowed to commit crime in the streets, right? So I'll break it down first. Let's go through what it really means in reality. You lot on that side, zero, even the in-betweeners, all valid points, but Uncle Yummy leans towards that side a little bit because the simple reasoning behind it all is that if they escort him manually and physically without the handcuffs, going through such a hostile, baying crowd, with him struggling this way and bite, you know, like all that kind of stuff, right? It's going to look bad for the police, badder than it looked when they're dragging him along smoothly along the way to the van with the cuffs on, so he can't fight back and all that. It's limit damnation for the police, because if he comes out screaming in front of everybody's videos and all that, later on they're going to need to justify on the action that they've taken at that particular point for this particular incident. So by dragging him along the way with the handcuffs on, they can justify they look better than they would have if he would have been allowed to be out of control, which obviously he must have been for them to take him on a decision. Remember, it's not like back in the day. They can't beat you up in public no more. So they have to plan ahead for these kind of scenarios. That is the bottom line on the way that it was done. Now, you lot are making me laugh. Stevie Boy Billy's Patrick Murray. Yeah, but what's the point in being insightful? Why not go in and save him and help him? And he's a little boy and do it, because that's the first initial reaction. But we know the Brixton riot started from such an incident where they put my mate in the back of a van and were beating him, and the crowd started tipping the van upside down, and all hell broke loose and lives were lost, sadly. And that incident was caused and triggers of situations just like this. So we know once somebody saying, yeah, go and take him McDonald's, would you get him a new pair of trainers, take him on holiday, blah, blah, blah. Back in the day, we got our beating. Samantha Brooks, you make me laugh. Back in the day, you got away lightly, really there. Different points of views, you lot make me laugh, right? We did used to get beatings. They throw us in the back of the van and drive us around the corner. And then let us out later on, go and get out and all that kind of stuff. Remember Bobby Cummins, they threw the razor on the floor, didn't they? That's yours. And we'll nick you for that, blah, blah. They could get away with murder. They can't do all that now, especially in public, not even behind closed doors, really. Happens very, very rarely, like back in the day in a police station. You could get all kind of beatings, and we did. No cameras. Everyone turning a blind eye, everybody sticking together, you know, and things like that. So on this occasion, Zero, looks like you might be spot on this one, my boy, so far. But interesting to say the least. But I swear to God, you lot got a good sense of humour. But the reality is that as a kid, you still can't commit crime if you're out of control, which the scenario that I've just pointed out, that would have been the only way that they could look as good as what they did, rather than have him coming through the crowd, screaming, fighting, and which could have been even more insightful for a crowd watching. And some of you might have got your wish. It could have all kicked off and we could have been back in the day and we're all letting our stuff out. But no, Uncle Yummy says on this occasion, that was the only way probably of doing it.